read that title, right? We have another declutter today. If you missed it, just last week I posted a full declutter of this portion of my makeup collection, but now we're moving on to my, I call it my more affordable part of my makeup collection. We are gonna go through and declutter this tower of makeup. Yes, there's more. And this small tower of makeup. And this is where I keep most of my more affordable makeup. Now, the reason I do that separation is because it helps me conceptualize video ideas, and it's the easiest way of organization for me. And not because I think that my affordable makeup is on a lower tier. It just makes more sense for me and my video creations and organization to have them separated. Now, the reason I have the two makeup drawers separated mostly is because this one did not fit in the closet. I would love to have all of these drawers hiding if I could, but they just don't fit. And just so you know, this is where I keep all of my palettes. Actually, my plan for this room eventually is to get this closet completely shelved, and I'll get rid of these. But before I do that, I need to clear out the makeup. So let's go ahead and get into it. If you want to see the first portion of my makeup collection being decluttered, I'll have that link down below, but we still have a lot of good stuff to look at. Now, I did have this top set up like this in my old apartment. This is my Charlotte Tilbury collection, which has been beaten down and battered. So we're actually gonna start off organizing this. I don't think I'm going to declutter anything, but we will take a look because I lost all sense of organization for this. So I don't know where to start. So we're going to start with this drawer, which is full of all of my eyes to mesmerize, which the catch is these aren't even that good. But I do get a lot sent in PR, and I do use these despite me not thinking they're like the best, you know, they're just not. They crease, but they're so pretty. That's my problem. Anyways, I know how to make these work. So let's see. I just want to make sure no duplicates. Okay, so I actually do have some duplicates, and these I can give to my friends. So I do keep them in the packaging so that I know they're untouched. So Oyster Pearl. Let me check it's still good. It is still good, so I can give this to a friend. So that's being decluttered. I don't have Amber Gold, but I do have Champagne twice, so that's good. And then Rose Gold, I don't have. So just two of those are being decluttered. I'm just gonna check. Oh my gosh, who closed this last? Because that girl was making sure these didn't go bad. I'm just making sure all of these, oh my gosh, are not dried out. This one's getting there, but not quite yet. So now I'm just gonna go through and take a look at every other product and just do the sniff test, make sure all of these are still good. Good news with decluttering and reorganization, I was able to get everything to fit in here. Not perfect. Some drawers are a little bit more cluttered than others because these are really thin, but it's all in one place. And I actually am decluttering 6 items from Charlotte Tilbury. So here is our first drawer. This is comprised of eyeliners, mascaras, eyebrows, all types of things. So you know some of this stuff is about to be dry. Let's dive in. The organization: mascaras, liquid liners, eyebrow pencils, eyebrow stuff, and eyeliners towards the back. Mascaras are always not good. So let's see what I've had for a while and what I have not. Going to get rid of this. This is one of the worst mascaras I've ever used from Milani, so we can declutter that. This from Essence has been open for a very, very long time, so I'm going to declutter that. This is fairly new. Fairly new. This e.l.f. Flash and Roll is great, but I've had it for a while. I'm going to declutter this MCO Beauty because I have a fresh one I can use. Let's see. Keeping this. And then decluttering Telescopic Lift because I know for a fact I've had this for over a year. So 2 more. Going to declutter both of these because, to be honest, don't remember the last time I've used these. So mascaras are decluttered. Eyeliners. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to swatch these all on my hand to see which ones are dry and which ones are good. But I know for a fact, well, do I know for a fact? No, I know nothing. No, I'm going to go ahead and declutter these. I don't love these. They're quite watery. Okay, let's fast. Oh, I'm going to declutter this. I bought this last year. I don't use it. From Spain. So keeping these all, they're all good. And then getting rid of 8 eyeliners. We're gonna move over to the eyebrow section. Ooh, gross, gross, gross. This just exploded everywhere. That's expired for sure. Ugh, I'm just gonna throw this away. So you saw how that exploded everywhere. The consistency of that brow gel changed, which is why we decluttered it. Even this e.l.f. brow lift, I see where the brush was hit. I feel like there might be some mold or something happening on there. Ew. Okay, we're gonna declutter that. So I'm just looking. I have 2 of these, so I'm gonna declutter one of these, just saving some space. I do like this little Profusion brow palette, but I don't see myself using it, so going to declutter. This e.l.f., it must be a glitter primer. I've had it for too long. I don't want to put that on my eyes. Decluttering this from L'Oreal, it didn't do anything for me. And then reaching towards the back. I have a lot of pencil eyeliners that I'm going through. I have Colourpop here and then random drugstore brands here. So let's see, let's get this organized. So 9 liners had to go. In total, I believe I have 36 items from this first drawer that I decluttered, which is fantastic because lots more breathing room now. Drawer number 2, I have a lot of Colourpop single shadows, random single shadows, glitter eyeshadows, shadow sticks, more shadow sticks, individual glimmers. This is going to take a lot of real estate on my arm as I decide what I want and what I don't want, what's dried out, what's not, what can be replaced and what can't be. So I'm just gonna take these over drawer by drawer and begin swatching these. I have so many of these Super Shock shadows from Colourpop, and I have a couple more sets. So these I do notice every year dry out, so these are an important drawer to go over every year, and I use these all the time, so they're worth keeping. So we'll start off with these. So, I don't know, fortunately or unfortunately, this time around, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 were dried out. But the collection is actually growing because I want to double check to make sure these aren't dried out. But I've gotten these 2 holiday sets that I'm going to restock with. So let's go ahead and do that. These should all be good, but I will be the tester of that, because I've decided, as much as I like having these in their holiday sets because I'm a set person, it's just not going to get used because it's too pretty. So they need broken into, like, yeah, these are all delicious and good. Let me try one more just to be certain. Oh, I just love these so much from Colourpop. These sets are really good because they're affordable-ish for what you get, and these will last you a year. So let's just restock these. And then this one was from a Disney Princess collection that they did. This one I think is newer than the other one. I would like it to open. This set I have to check because, like, this one is dried out. So I guess I have to go through all of these now. The Ultra Glitter formula, you've got to be careful with from Colourpop. Those are the ones that dry out. Like, oh, that's a shame. That one was gorgeous. Oh, oh, I hate dropping these. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn, a thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash, you spread. So now I have all of my shadow sticks, which I'm going to go through. Everything I don't want, I'm gonna throw in this bin. So I know I don't want that. Now, when it comes to Colourpop, they have new packaging. I'm gonna get rid of all of mine with the old packaging, which are still usable, but I just wanna have the most updated formulas. And these ones, while they're not bad formula, like, I can give these away. I just need to keep it fresh on my channel if I were to use them with the new formulation and packaging. So these are a good one to give away to friends, and it'll clear this up. Oh, it's a lot. And then the rest I'm just gonna do the swatch test with. this drawer, because I added the extra Colourpop shadows, it probably doesn't feel as light as it should, but look at how much I got rid of, you guys. I got rid of quite a lot, especially with all of these Colourpop shadow sticks. I didn't even keep count, but it is fresher for sure. Like, how lovely. Now, the next drawer that we have, this is my Colourpop lip drawer, which like these top 3 drawers are quite dreadful, huh? I don't even know what to do with this drawer. I've literally never used these lipsticks. I don't know. I think I'm just going to do the smell test on all of these and keep what I want, keep what I don't want. But to be honest, just keep this drawer organized and fresh, because this is my, when I don't know what lippy to put on, this is my grab from this drawer thing. So it doesn't matter if I wear it or not. This is like my emergency color drawer. So I'm going to start off by smelling all of, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, that looks like that needs decluttered. Okay. It's because the formula's been sitting and it's separated. It's probably fine, but I'm going to go through all of the ones in this packaging and smell them to make sure we're good. So the smell that I'm sniffing out is crayons. Okay, so it turns out all of the glassy lip stains, the formula just separates, not really a big deal, but I'm going to go through and do the sniff test. But I've reorganized these by formulas. Lip gloss, lip lacquer, lip cream, and now I have these glossy lip stains that I'm going to go through. Now, out of the back of my drawer, I pulled what I don't think I'm going to get rid of, because I just love these collections. Even if they're old, I love the packaging. You know, there's something to be said about these limited edition packaging. I'm a packaging girl, so I don't even care. I'm just going to keep the Barbie collection. I loved the Barbie collection. Sailor Moon I grew up with. Do these, just out of curiosity, do these stank? It's like the old, these should. I will never use these. Yeah, these are expired. But the packaging is just, I'm a collector if you can't tell. And normally I don't have a problem with getting rid of makeup, but I do when it's like the limited edition packaging. So I'm just, mind your business. I also love this Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer collection, but this one, they just redid it. So these are actually fresh. Ha! Keeping. I'm gonna have to use these. I also have these lipsticks, the Luxe Lipstick Vault from Colourpop. This is from their Princess collection that I keep in here, but I do reach for these. Let me just do the quick smell test. Very, very good. I think all of these are going to be good still. But if anything has like an off scent, a crayon-y scent, I felt like the glossy lip stains had kind of like a chlorinated scent. So the ones that did got decluttered. These are all good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and keep these here in their cute packaging. And then I'm gonna go through, do the sniff test on these guys. We have a lot of different things over here. You know what? I don't need this gloss. That can go. Here we go. Colourpop is just one of those brands that I keep around for when I need dupes, when I need any kind of lip color. They have all of the options. But after going through and smelling everything, I ended up getting rid of 22 different items, which isn't a ton, but I feel like it did make a difference in this drawer. It looks super duper neat now. Do you guys like my pajama pants? I'm up bright and early Sunday morning to continue today's declutter. I wish we could say I'm starting off at a good point, but we did not get much done yesterday. So this drawer, I have, what do I even have? Lip liners, lipsticks, liquid lipsticks, I think. Because the next drawer is gloss. So, yes. I may have to take this one to the table. and get these organized by type. I think we're gonna do that. So I'm literally gonna carry these over, throw them in this big guy, and I'll meet you at the table so we can get everything organized. Okay, so this was my lip liner drawer. I have the e.l.f. lip collab that they did with Jennifer Coolidge that I'm gonna hold on to, but I'm putting that over to the side. Let's see here. So all of these are good. Like I said, I like to keep a lot of drugstore lip stuff just for certain looks that I'm looking for and dupes. So I like to have a lot of colors handy because I just feel like I never know what I'm going to need for my videos, for a certain look I'm recreating. But I am going to get rid of this old Morphe liner, which is not available, and then this lip stain, which I never used. It's a bit potent. I bought it in Spain, so that's okay. But the rest are all readily available to you guys, so I can use them for looks whenever I need to grab a certain color. So I'm going to go through these back in the drawer, and we are going to get organizing on this mess. Here we go. Okay, so I went through, I smelled everything, I made sure I had no duplicate shades, and what I decided to get rid of are from here to here, which you can't see, but we have an e.l.f. liquid lip, Maybelline liquid lip, this thing from Maybelline that I never use, old lipstick, old liquid lip that's all funky from Makeup Revolution. Look at this. Ew! Bourjois liquid lip, a lip stain, Morphe liquid lipstick, 3 of these L'Oreal lipsticks, and 1 Milani liquid lipstick that I had an extra of. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 11, 12. Not a ton, honestly. I thought I would get rid of more, but you guys, this lineup, these Maybelline Superstays are the best, most hardcore liquid lipsticks in the world. Anytime I need a liquid lipstick that's gonna last all day, I go to this. So I need the whole line. I mean, I don't need the whole line, but I already have it, so I'm gonna keep it. Okay. And if you're wondering, like, most of the time, if I have, like, a whole line, it's because the brand sends me the whole line, and then I'm able to utilize that for dupes or for drugstore lips and drugstore looks. So I have that all available to me. So the item that doesn't really have a place are these L'Oreal lipsticks. So I'm going to leave these out and reevaluate. I do have another lipstick drawer in my other unit, so those might go in there. So I'm going to leave these out. But this drawer is lovely, much more organized now. Didn't get too much out of the drawer, but at least we got it all reorganized. On to drawer number 5, I have my lip gloss drawer. A bit crazy, so we're going to do the same thing that we just did with the other lip drawer. I'm going to pull all of these guys out, organize them together by brand, and figure out what I want and don't want. Okay, so I'm gonna need to do the smell test on a lot of these, but I know when you see a long line of the same product, you're like, you can get rid of some of those, Morgan. But these are my favorite drugstore gloss. I love to have the whole collection. So I'm gonna keep that. I also have my beloved lifter glosses, which I've given a ton away of in the past. Just need to make sure we don't have any repeats here, which I think I've been good at moving those out as we go. And I'll do the smell test on these after. But I'm just trying to get out what I know I don't want, which I've kept most of them over here. This Pixie was new. I've tried it this year, the Hydra Lip Treat, but you know, I said in my speed reviews, this is not something I'm going to use after it being put in the speed reviews, so I'm going to declutter that. Same thing with this Hard Candy Max Pout. I'm not going to use this, nor am I going to use this Color Shift from Flower Beauty. So those three are being decluttered. I'm not going to keep both of these Lottie London Sweet Lips. I think they're fine. I just have a lot of the Laneige already. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep, we'll do this one. This is a lip scrub, but I don't really use lip scrubs. I actually have very chapped lips right now, so I'm going to pop this on. You know what? This is just not as good as the high-end ones. Not as good at all. I'm going to declutter this as well. I'm going to declutter this Gosh Soft Tinted Lip Balm. I'm going to declutter this MCO Beauty 2-in-1 Lip Treatment. I've never used it, but I just don't see myself using it at all. I think I'm going to keep this MCO Beauty gloss. That's pretty. Actually, no. Do you see all the other glosses I have around? I haven't opened this, so I think that says it all. It's the Lip Lights Shine Gloss from MCO Beauty, and I am keeping a couple other products from the brand because I do enjoy the brand, but I just haven't used this, so I'm going to declutter that. I'm going to keep these from Profusion. These are fairly new. They're the lip stains. And then I have some of these from Fantasy Cosmetica, who, if you ask me, they specialize in eyeshadows. And these are really good. They smell really good. I want to give these to my friends. The colors, obviously, I'm not really going to use. I'm going to keep the red one. But the rest, since I'm not going to use those colors, I'm going to declutter those. Let's see. Does this butter gloss smell good? It sure does. I'm going to declutter this gloss from Kimchi Chic Beauty. It's a full coverage gloss. I just don't see myself using it anymore. I think I bought that at JCPenney. Love, love, love this Palladio lip oil. It is so stinking good. Do I like this from e.l.f.? Can't seem to remember. This is the Ride or Die lip balm. I know it has some color. Oh, it's super duper stiff. Okay, that needs decluttered. I'm gonna declutter this lip stain. Honestly, I just don't really love lip stains in general. Actually, no, I need this for a video. But if I weren't doing what I did for a living, I would get rid of it. Keeping all of these lip oils. These all should be good. They're fairly new. Lip gloss from Catrice. These should all be good. Love, love, love these Essence Extreme Shine lip glosses. These are super duper duper shiny. Oh, here's another lip gloss. I'll put that here. Then I have my lip glosses from Milani, which are really good. I think that's good. I think I've decluttered what I wanted to declutter. I'm going to do a sniff test to finalize everything, but I think we're good over here. So in total, from this drawer, we are getting rid of 15 lip products. Pretty good. Let's go ahead and fill her back up. So this drawer, it was easier for me to organize by brand. So I have CoverGirl, my Maybelline Lifter glosses, my lip oils in the square packaging. These are random brands. e.l.f., Milani, and then I just have my Catrice and Essence lip glosses, which I always mix these two brands up. They're so similar to me, so I put them together because I know I'll group them together in my brain. And then I just have these Profusion lip stains here to kind of separate the space. Not perfect. I'm no professional organizer by any means, obviously, but this makes sense in my brain. Now, you guys, Decluttering the eye stuff and the lip stuff is no fun. It's boring for you, it's boring for me. So now we're getting into the good stuff when it comes to this tower. We are gonna go through what I have here is primers and foundations. I'm gonna pull all of these out as I've been doing, and we're gonna look through everything. This drawer has gotten so insane. Oh my goodness. Okay, I organized these by brand. Oh my gosh, I was just really stuffy in the nose, so excuse me. All of my glow boosters are here towards the top. I have multiple shades of them. I love doing a lot of different things with definition and shading and all of that. I have e.l.f., MCO, Catrice, L'Oreal, Maybelline. Love all of these. Keeping all of these. Hee hee. Now, this is really bad. Really horrible. From Pacifica. It's the Vegan Collagen Skin Blur. Don't love this one bit. So I'm going to declutter that. I also feel like I've had this from e.l.f. for a little too long. This is the Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer, so I'm going to declutter that. The rest of these from e.l.f. can be kept. These are the new Glow Drops right here from Makeup Revolution. I'm going to keep the glowy one. No. I'm going to keep this one, and then I'm going to get rid of the gold one because it didn't really do too much. I do think this actually makes a pretty blush. Should probably move it to the blush drawer. But I'm also going to get rid of this Marshmallow Primer. I've had this for like 3 years, so time to get rid of that. Keeping this. I've never used this from Neutrogena, so I'm going to declutter. This is the Radiant Primer and Serum. It's not bad. I just don't use it. And I feel like this Glow Dewdrop from Milani, it's a bit heavy, but I do like it, but I feel like the color in it has changed, so that's a sign that it's declutterable, like just old. I'm also going to declutter this from Flower Beauty. I've gotten quite good use out of it, all things considered, but I think it's time to get rid of this. Face primers, you know, they go all over the face. You don't want to mess too much with that. Gonna keep this from L'Oreal. Keeping the Woe Glow. Milani has some of the best primers at the drugstore. I am going to declutter this peach, which has been expired for a while, but you guys, I love it so much, but it needs to be decluttered. This cannot go in my face anymore. I have 2 of the SPF BFF, so I'm going to simply get rid of the old one. I don't have much to say about this. I don't even remember what I think about it. So I'm going to keep it though because it's not super old. I remember getting it. This is one of my favorite primers at the drugstore. I just think it's phenomenal quality. I have my e.l.f. Stay Cool Stick, which I picked up this year. I'm also going to hold on to this Rose Glow, this thing, which I don't love. I like it. I don't dislike it, but it's pretty new still. Going to get rid of this Fourth Ray Face Milk. It's just old. Keeping this Catrice primer. This is a good option if you have a lot of redness from L'Oreal. I don't really use primers like this, so I'm going to declutter that. And then the last set of primers that I do have are the putty ones, and I've already gone through. I'm going to get rid of this Catrice Grip and Last putty primer. Let me show you why. I love showing you examples of when you know your makeup is not good. And yeah, so this means it's dried up and shrunken. But the rest of the ones that I have are good. These e.l.f. ones stay good for a long time. I have the Acne Fighting, the OG, the Luminous. I need to do an e.l.f. run. They've launched a lot of new products recently that I have not yet had the pleasure to try. And then Physicians Formula is still good. So how many did we end up decluttering? I feel like we were very successful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Not too shabby, guys. 12 primers. Let's get the rest of these back in their home. Actually, just kidding. I remembered we have a whole other half of that drawer of foundations. So let's go through these first, and then we'll see what we want to declutter. Okay, let's see what I want to declutter. I don't even know, because a lot of these, like with multiples, I mix the shades to get my perfect shade. Like these Juvia's Place, which are super full coverage. I really like these. They're a bit thick, but full coverage, like I said. I keep both of these. I am going to declutter this guy from Max Factor. It is so chunky. You're gonna see this again probably on TikTok, or if I have a video idea for this, so it's not going to leave my collection quite yet, but it's going in the pile for now because I don't want it. I have 2 of these Milani Glow Hydrating Skin Tints. I'm going to go ahead and declutter light to medium because it's too dark for me. I'm going to keep this. I'll be honest, I haven't really used this too much, but if I recall, I didn't mind it. This is on the chopping block next declutter. All-time favorite, like probably tinted moisturizer ever. The best $5 you will ever spend. I have my L'Oreal True Match shades that I'm holding on to. Drugstore has really fallen off in popularity this year, which I know sounds crazy, but it's because their prices are so high now. You might as well spend the extra few bucks at Sephora. I feel like I'm gonna have to play with these because I can't remember which shade matches me, but I like these, but I don't need all 3 of these. But that's for a different day of discovery. One of the all-time best full coverage foundations at the drugstore. I have my Revolution Skin Silk, which is very, very nice. Same thing with the Flower Beauty. I haven't used these in a while. I'm gonna have to use these and kind of decide if I want to hold on to them or not. These are a repurchase. I've had these for a few years in my collection. They're so pretty, but the wear on these isn't 10 out of 10, but I kind of want to re-review them and then also see which shade I want to keep and not. We have this guy that just came out this year, so I'm going to hold on to this, give this one another chance from Revolution. I don't know, I've been off of Morphe. I feel like I stood up for them for a while with their products. I just don't ever talk about their products. So I'm going to declutter those. Keeping this from Essence. This is nice. I gotta be careful with these glass bottles on my glass desktop. But I have the Catrice True Skin foundations that I mix. All of my e.l.f. foundations. One color. Make them all work. This is their newest one that they launched this year. It is incredible for the money. I have, for some reason, couldn't tell you why, 3 very dark NYX, bear with me, but these are so pretty. I'm gonna declutter Golden because it's so yellow on me, and then I'm also going to declutter the CoverGirl Simply Ageless, just one color. I like it. I just don't think, yeah, I haven't even ever had to open this shade and use it, so I can get rid of that. This is lovely. I would like to declutter one shade of these, but I cannot for the life of me remember which shade I use, because the problem is when it comes to these, like, I mix them all together. These have a pretty pearly tint. I'm gonna have to mess around with these. Also, I need to do a play date with these. One of the best drugstore foundations ever, Maybelline Superstay. This is staying. Hopefully this isn't bad. I love this little bomb. Yeah, I feel like they make them differently now, or they reformulated them, but this is everything I wanted Jones Road to be. Seriously. I am going to declutter this Max Factor foundation. I just never use it. I picked up all this stuff in Spain and I didn't do the research, and I don't want it. Revlon Luminance Foundation. This one is new, I believe, from this year, so I'm going to keep that. I've had this one for too long, so it is time to declutter the Believe Skin Finish Foundation. This was really, really good from the price point. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I read somewhere that the line was being discontinued, which they have very good products, so that would be a shame. And then I also have this from Wet n Wild, which I bought recently for a video. It's very, very good. It smells like paint. Like, it really is offensive. But very, very good foundation. So that leaves us with 8 foundations being decluttered from the collection, but I definitely have a much more fresh mind on my inventory here because that drawer was such a mess that I'll be honest, I wasn't digging in there because it was too overwhelming. Now I kind of know what I'm working with. Oh, okay, let's pack her up. Foundations I'm going to keep on this side. Let's do the primers first. So I'll do all of my normal primers here, the majority, and then all of my putties I can put in the back. They fit really, really nicely back here. This I'm gonna move to my blush drawer. Now my dilemma is I just have so many of the glow filters. I want to see if any of these kind of empty up. So let me put the rest of the foundations. So I definitely know I need squishy tube foundations back here, and then if I can stand it up really in no particular order, I'm just gonna organize by packaging. This one can go in the back actually. Okay, I have a lot of stuff to see if I can fit in here, so I'm just gonna reorganize a bit. We'll put the things in smaller packaging back here. I'm gonna see what I can do. I may eventually end up moving the glow bases elsewhere, but I'm gonna squish it in. I'm gonna try. I have my Maybellines here. I wonder. Okay, so this drawer, I have failed at getting her to be really super organized. Now, this is not an organization video, so I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board here. But, you know, it's decluttered and it's in somewhat of a better position than what we started with. So we're gonna close that. Making our way down to this drawer where we have things I don't know what for. Oh my gosh. Why are these Maybelline things everywhere? Okay, well this is setting powders and concealers. So let's do concealers first because it's a bit chaotic. And then we'll get into the setting powders, which is like the most minimal thing about my collection, believe it or not. Why so many? But why?
It's hard to breathe, but that's alright.
Okay, so we'll start off with the color correctors first. I just went through all of my pot color correctors are good. I am going to declutter this Maybelline Peach Under Eye Brightener, which I really like a lot, but it's old and it's around my eyes. Keeping all of these Butter Glows. Now, the reason that I hold on to these strange colors is because they're perfect for changing the tone of something. I love a peach for color correction itself, but I love, like, if I need to make a foundation or a concealer more warm, you can mix in yellow. If I have a really bad zit, I can grab for the green. So I have Physicians Formula, which is lighter. And then if I want something more heavy, then I have these e.l.f. ones. I do have an extra Maybelline eraser in rose. So I'm going to declutter the old one and keep the fresh one. I'm also going to declutter this pumpkin corrector from Milani because I just think the shade is too dark. For me, I don't use it. I like the melon shade and the rose shade. And then I also have this from Revlon, which I'm going to hold on to. Now, I was going through, the reason I have trouble like saying no to these Maybelline Instant Age Rewinds, there's some history to it. Back in the day when I was a makeup artist, I had so many of these colors in my kit that I had worked hard to save money for. And now I'm so blessed that after the fact, Maybelline has sent me all of these, and I used to love them so much. So I've kept them. What I'm gonna do to save space, I'm gonna get these out of the packaging, but actually all of these are different colors than what I already had. It is 100% unnecessary for me to keep all of these, so I don't know, but I like them. For old me, I think I'm just gonna hold onto all of them, but let me think about this. So ultimately, I did decide to get rid of 2 colors of the Maybelline. Like, I could get rid of more, but don't do it that to me. Now, my collection, my rules. Going through it here, these are just my regular concealers, which, to be honest, I've done a really good job of keeping up with these. Gonna keep these Maybelline. Gonna keep this Milani. These e.l.f. I do need to update. They're looking a little nasty, but I use these all the time in my videos, and I struggle, I don't know if it's anybody else, when it comes to e.l.f. concealers, I cannot find the right color to save my life. Like, I feel like how it looks on the outside for what I see in store is completely different when I put it on the skin. So I mix, like, I keep buying like a really dark color and a really light color for myself, so I have to mix those. I do think I can declutter one of these Flower Beauty Light Illusion concealers. I don't know. I don't use this concealer a ton. It's a good one though, so I want to hold on to one. These are teetering on needing decluttered. Like, next year, these probably are going to need decluttered. But until then, they shall say. Keeping these from Catrice. These are some of the most full coverage concealers that you can find at the drugstore from Koki. Now keep in mind they are matte, but super duper, like, disgustingly full coverage. This is fairly new, so I'll keep it. Juvia's Place. I am going to declutter this one from Max Factor. I just don't need it. A couple True Matches I mix. I really like this essence. It's really light. I think I'm going to declutter. These are all pretty new. They all were replaced. So I had an older one, and then I got these in the mail, so I refreshed it with these. But I wasn't sure which color I needed, so I think I'm going to keep Porcelain and Light. I just don't need 3. Emails, sorry. Keep from Physicians Formula. This is really good. And then I'm going to keep this just because it's new and trendy from NYX. So I didn't really end up decluttering a lot on the concealer front. I was going to say I didn't have much to begin with, but that's a lot. But this is a drawer that I do consider to be pretty well maintained. I have 8 concealers getting out of here. I feel like the drugstore, they either don't come out with a lot of powders or I'm not interested in trying them. I'm pretty tried and true in what I use. My all-time favorite drugstore powder are these from Maybelline, but I used to use the shade Light all the time, and I'm looking at it and it's so dark and it's so pink. I don't know how I ever got away with using it, but I'm decluttering that shade, keeping the other 2. This CoverGirl powder is really good, but the packaging needs updated. Let's see, I have 3 of these powder foundations from Juvia's Place. This is just one of those brands where I really struggled to find my perfect shade. I just went through and have so many splotches on my face from trying them. But this shade Peru, which looks like it would look good on me, it's super orange. So I'm going to declutter that, but I'm going to keep the other 2 because I like a lighter shade on the inner part of my eye and then darker on the outer. I mean my face, like under eyes. Keeping this from Essence, very good. I have 4 different powders. 3 different powders. No, 4 different powders from e.l.f. I do a lot of e.l.f. videos, but the only one that I am decluttering is this one because in what world did I think that this would match me? The other 3 I'm holding onto. They have a very good powder foundation. The other foundation that I love from the drugstore, the best powder foundation, is from J. Cat Beauty. This is so gorgeous. The e.l.f. is very, very comparable to this. The other one that I used to use years ago, they don't even sell this. I think they've completely re-updated this from Maybelline. Because I love it so much, I'm going to keep it. But you listen to me, next year I need to declutter this. So I have to use it this year. I don't recall really ever using this, and I think it looks kind of questionable from NYX, so I'm going to declutter that. This is pretty good from Revlon. It's super blurring when you apply it. I do find, though, that as like within 5 minutes, it's not as blurred anymore, but it gets the job done. Have a couple Physicians Formula powders. This is actually very, very smoothing. And I don't even recall. I think this darkened my under eyes, but keeping it to do Milani videos. Which means we are getting rid of 4 powders. Let's restock this drawer. I'm thinking since I have more space in this drawer, I might move the glow boosters down there, but let's see. Okay, how do I want to do this? Concealers will go here. My crazy collection. Remember, not an organization video, but I'm adding it in for funsies. Like a little bit for funsies. Okay, once again, we'll get our color correct. I have a lot of color correctors. Ugh, my hair everywhere. I don't know how I'm not bald yet. Get out of this drawer. Okay. And then my cutesy little pot ones. Does this fit over here? These will go here. Oh, I need to sit. And then powders. We'll do my big ones. Sometimes the powders are so big, the packaging. We'll do powder foundations here. I just want to look good for ya, good for ya. Ha ha. And then the rest of the peasants go here. I actually might be able to fit all of my pressed powders here. Okay, and then told you I needed to do something with these glow boosters. Let's get you guys a new home. Everybody will be happier that way. We can leave the L'Oreal here. So this next drawer is an unorganized mix of setting sprays, bronzers, and highlights. That one was the wrong drawer. Okay, let's break all of these up. Setting sprays, a modest collection. No one might say, but you know. Let's see here. I don't want this. From Colourpop, they're pretty fresh. I don't know when I used this last. Never, probably. Keeping this from Trixie. Keeping this guy from e.l.f. Used quite a lot. It's okay. Keeping this from Catrice. I will be decluttering this Prime Fine from Catrice, which is down here anyways, but I've had this for years and it looks like it. It's going all over the face. We can't have that. Wet n Wild I'm gonna keep. That's fairly new. Huh. Fixie, do I have a backup of this? This is so good. I don't want to get rid of it because it's one of my favorites, but it is old. I think I'm going to keep it to remind myself I need to buy a new one. I don't know why I have 2 of these. Can't tell which one is new or old. So, luck of the draw here. We're just going to get rid of one. Make it less dewy I'm keeping, and then the original I'm keeping. This is like horrible. I'll never use this. I have a couple video ideas for end of year that I need this for, but it's gonna be decluttered after that. Keeping the final 2. Okay. Easy section, but these 4 are being decluttered. Okay, we are now on bronzers. So I have 2 Makeup Revolution. I'm going to declutter this big guy because it's just a bit too deep. It's very good, but it's too dark. I do love this Makeup Revolution bronzer. It is fire. So keeping that. I have 2 of these Maybelline City bronzers, which I've had for so long, but they're powders, and I like both, so they shall be staying here. I do have 2 of these bronzing drops from Makeup Revolution. This one is too dark, so I'm going to declutter that. Keeping this from Physicians Formula, keeping this one from e.l.f., and keeping this one from MCO Beauty. I'm going to have to move these up probably with the glow boosters. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to get rid of anything else. Truly. Maybe this Perpetually Tan, because it's a little orange. Do that, but like this one is also super old. but I'm keeping it. Bye. So we're getting rid of 3 powder bronzers. Okay, so here's my highlighter collection. I know I'm gonna declutter these from e.l.f. They don't sell them anymore, and they were fine quality, but no need for that. I don't need 4 of these. I think I'm gonna declutter Rose Luster. These are the Makeup Revolution highlights, which I quite like. They're, you know, not amazing, but they're good. I just don't need 4 colors, so we can declutter that. Like, these are so old, but I just can't get rid of them. I like this because this is my one Super Shock highlighter from Colourpop, and I get like 4 different shades, and I think they're all good. I am gonna declutter this one from Milani, just old. Let's make sure though. Are you still good? Oh yeah. Nice and juicy. I think that's good though. Like this kimchi is fairly new. I tried that this year. I think that's good. These will come up for debate next year and maybe yell at me if I don't get rid of this one. This one is newer. It's this one that I don't know how old that is, but powders you have more leeway with here. Okay. This drawer was super easy compared to the others. There really wasn't that much compared to what I'm used to going through. And we're just getting rid of 4 highlighters. I feel like 4 has been the magic number for this drawer. Okay, let's pack this drawer back up. A lot of things probably gonna move around here. I've got some space for growth in this drawer. I wonder if I have a whole separate drawer for cream bronzers, blush, and highlights from the drugstore. I wonder if I could squeeze some of those in here, because that drawer, when we get to it, you'll be like, girl, what is going on? Okay, let's do some of my liquid bronzers here, and then fit what we can. Really no specific order, just whatever can kind of stand up. That was not as much as I thought would be able to stand up. I need to get more organizers. That's what I really need to do. We'll just leave it like that for now. And then highlighters. I put these in here. I liked that. They fit nicely. The heart highlighters. I definitely need to place an order on Amazon for sure for this stuff, don't I? But I think I have a lot of liquid and cream bronzers and highlights that I might move to this drawer just to relieve some space. And then we're on the last drawer in this tower. There are 2. Now the other one we're going to be able to work through much quicker. This one has like 80% of the makeup. Oh my goodness. I think I can move my liquid and cream bronzers, blushes in here, potentially. We'll see how much we end up getting rid of. Okay, let's pull these all out. So I have some liquid blushes that made their way in this drawer because they didn't fit in my liquid and cream drawer. I'm going to put this over to the side for when we get to that drawer. One thing about me, I love a drugstore blush. I think they do an amazing job at the drugstore section. So this one's going to be a difficult one. I have this one and I need to open. Okay, let's see what we're working with. Did I declutter these? I must have last year. So last year when I decluttered, it was such a big declutter because it was before I was moving from Florida to Maryland. So I was just like throwing it all away, it felt like. And now that I'm settled in my home, I like want to keep everything because I don't have a move coming up. So now I'm sad. But anyways, past me was being rough. So I have all of these Juvia's blushes. I remember I decluttered the deeper ones last year. These are very nice. I do not use this color, so I'm going to declutter that. But I think these 3 that I'm keeping are perfect. I wish they had more of a neutral tone in the collection. Kimchi Chic, a very, very beautiful blush. We love that. Have my, does e.l.f. still do blushes like this? Because if they don't, I'm gonna declutter it. Okay, they do. We're good to keep this. I have had these Burt's Bees blushes forever. Miss Kathleen Lights years ago was the one who put me onto these, and they are beautiful. And I really should declutter this one, but I won't. This is like the perfect cinnamony blush. I told you I'm gonna have a hard time with this. Keeping these Essence, they're really beautiful. I bought these NYX this year, so I'm gonna keep these. These are old. I don't care. I am going to declutter this one from Ulta Beauty. I just don't use it anymore. And Ulta Beauty and Sephora collection, both of them are always redoing their line. So whenever I buy something, it's not even available anymore. By the time I get to this point, I already went over those. These are my favorite Drugstore blush formulation. My favorite, I'm like struggling to show you, is Nearly Nude. This is the best blush ever. Ever. Okay, that's a big statement, but the Drugstore for sure. I have these two satin blushes from Essence, which are so beautiful, so affordable. And I have all of my Milani blushes, which I'm gonna have to go through because I thought I had another Luminoso. But Dolce Pink, Peach of Me, excuse me, Berry Amore, and Luminoso. A gorgeous, gorgeous formula. Probably one of the most comparable to Hourglass. Does Milani sell these blushes anymore? They're so beautiful. Yay, okay, I was hoping that they did. And then I also have my little e.l.f. blushes here, which are so good to have in the collection because they are just so affordable. But I am going to declutter Spiced Apple because the highlighter, let me see, can you see it? It's just too deep for me. So I don't need that. And then I have these Catrice blushes, which I think are really, really gorgeous. I'm going to go ahead for dupe comparisons, etc. I'm going to go ahead and keep these. They're still new. Now, these are what I will struggle to get rid of. I think they're just so pretty. These are from Colourpop. They're all of their Valentine's Day blushes. So I'm going to keep these because I love the packaging of them. I don't think I'll keep all of these like forever, but they're still fairly new. They're good, and they're just so cute. And I think that the colors, with these being like Valentine's Day colors, they are all just so beautiful. I mean, like I could get rid of the deeper colors that just don't look good on me really, but no. I told you, the Drugstore blushes were going to be a difficult one for me. I only got down 3. That's okay. Okay, I want to see if potentially I could fit some liquid blushes in here. I don't know. I have no clue if that's even possible, but I'm going to organize as if I had a lot more to put up in here. Hate when it's an awkward fit. I think we can squeeze some liquid blushes. I just don't know how many I have. Let's find that out. Because we have made it officially to the second tower. This is for a different day. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but we're mostly just focusing on this tower. Now, this tower has like random things. It doesn't fully make sense. While I was filming this, let me show you. Let me show you. While I was filming this, my camera had died and needed charged. So I worked on the most boring drawer off camera. I spared you, really. Too hard to bend down. And I organized my false lashes. So just to show you, I have lash tools, lash glue. This is ridiculous, I know. Lash tools, lash glue, random lash brands, Bethelin and Lily. And then I have Kiss lashes and Ardell lashes. And then down here I have my velour lashes. I hold on to a lot of lashes because growing up, lashes were so precious to me. And I don't know, you just never know. Lashes, you know, you can only wear them so many times. But we're gonna work on the drawers up. But what I actually want to work on first are the blushes, the liquid drawer. Honestly, the mammoth of drawers. Really, I've been dreading them. So here I have all of all of my Colourpop blushes, my limited edition Colourpop blushes. I have some of these like stick blushes. I'm gonna get rid of these Chic Glam ones, honestly. I don't use them. I don't use the brand. Oops, sorry. Toppled over here. But this is a drawer I've been talking about of like my liquids. I have liquid bronzer, blush, and highlight in here. And with it being such a trending product this last year, the industry like exploded. Exploded. So I think I'm going to work on this drawer first. We're going to get hot and heavy with this drawer first. Because I think I'm going to try to fit this in the other tower. Let's see. Okie dokie, we got to organize this. I'm going to pull out all of the cream highlights. And then, I don't know, work from there. Through this, I have these two Colourpop Super Shock blushes, but these aren't available anymore, and even though I like the Colourpop blushes, I don't need them. I also am going to get rid of this Blushmallow blush from JCat Beauty. I just don't use it. What else are we working with here? I have all of these Juvia's Place liquid blushes. I'm just going to go ahead and, I know I have a lot of them, but I'm going to declutter the shade that I don't like, but I like the blushes. Love the e.l.f. blushes. The L'Oreal Lumi blushes. This is the only shade that I think would not work very well for me, so I'm going to declutter that one. What about these blush sticks from Colourpop? I have 3. Honestly, these don't smell fantastic. I'm going to keep this one because this one smells fine. But I have these 2 from an old summer collection, so I'm going to declutter those 2. I have a lot of e.l.f. putty blushes. I wonder if any of them are expired. Ew, this one smells terrible. Get rid of that and give them all a good sniff test. I don't know why that one smells bad. I got it at the same time as the others. No, the others are fine. This one looks a little icky. What shade is this? Yeah, actually it's fine. Just needed that top layer cleaned off. Okay. So I have these MCO Beauty blushes, which are like, honestly you guys, phenomenal dupes for Charlotte Tilbury. Gonna keep those. Here's another one. I am going to declutter this Gosh blush up. Just won't use it on my channel. And these blushes from Flower Beauty are all fairly new to my collection, so I'm going to keep those. I do like these diamond filler blushes from Physicians Formula, but I don't need to. So I'm going to get rid of the deeper one. I have a few of these. I don't love these, but I do talk about e.l.f. a lot on my channel, so I'm going to get rid of... Let's do the smell test. This one is newer. I'm going to get rid of the other 2. How's this Honest Beauty doing? Holding on strong. I'm going to declutter this Super Dewy blush from Makeup Revolution. Don't use it. Don't need it. This from Milani smells really good. Gonna keep that. Decluttering this one. It smells like crayon. This from Colourpop is super patchy, so I'm going to declutter that. This is horrible and patchy. Decluttering this. Wasn't moved by this. Decluttering this. I think these flower bombs are all good. Keeping these. Decluttering this liquid blush, don't use it. Gonna hold on to these e.l.f. Love this Lottie London. Keeping these Profusion, they're very, very good. You know what, I tried this year. I use it as blush, it was pretty, but honestly, I've decided I don't need it. Decluttering that. If you know me, you know I'm not the biggest fan of this formula. I'm going to declutter this because this is supposed to be a bronzer actually. It looks like a blush. I'm gonna keep this. Keeping these for the content, really. No other reason than that. So I'll keep these 3, get rid of those 2. And then the last thing over here, I have all of these Milani blushes, which I think I've recently gone through and kept the ones that weren't the same. 120, yeah, 220. Okay, and I really like these blushes. I've recently, oh my gosh, swapped all of my old ones out for new ones. So these are fresh, they're good, they are being kept. So these are the 21 blushes that I'm getting rid of. This one was a good declutter. Okay, I'm gonna pull out bronzers next. Guys, look, I've been decluttering all day and I walked out my beauty room and look what I saw. This is perfect declutter weather. I made myself a cup of hot chocolate. I got this mug in a set of 4 from Walmart recently. It has like Santa ones, super cute, but now this is a good declutter day. But let's get back to business. I have work to do. Let's see here. Here are all of my cream liquid contours. I think this will fit in the main tower. I'm gonna declutter this from Flower Beauty. It's fine, I just never use it, and I think I have a lot better from the drugstore. Like, I love these from Physicians Formula. This is gorgeous from Physicians Formula. Have a couple cream bronzers from Milani that I recently renewed, refreshed, and replaced. So keeping these. Does Colourpop still sell these? So they still sell Sandy, this shade, though it looks like they're trying to phase it out. But I like this formula. I'm going to get rid of the shade they no longer have. I have quite a few Colourpop bronzing sticks. So they smell okay still. This one's a little deeper. This one's in the middle. Now these are good. I'm going to keep these, but let me just make sure they still have them. With Colourpop, it's so hard to keep track, and I can't hoard all their stuff, even though I want to. Do we still have it? Looks like it. At Ulta. Okay, we're good to keep those. I have the e.l.f. Putty bronzers, which are good. Love this Wet n Wild. I have 2 Wet n Wild, actually. Let's make sure this stick is still good. Wet n Wild. They were super popular years ago. They've kind of lost their luster, but they're still a good brand. Let's see, let's check these sticks from Makeup Revolution. Okay, I remember I hate the highlight shade on this, but like the bronzer. Don't like the bronzer on this, but like the highlight shade. So those 2 work together for me. Let's see, I am gonna get rid of this. The Touch and Soul from, not Touch and Soul, oh my gosh, that's an old brand. Colourpop. getting rid of that, it's too dark. But keeping this one. Going to declutter this from Gosh. It's a good if you're in Europe and you don't have, I don't know, Charlotte Tilbury, which I think you do. But this is a good drugstore alternative in Europe. Oh my gosh. Keeping these from e.l.f. I'm going to declutter this one from Milani, number 3, just because it's too deep for me. I have 1 and 2, which are my shades. And then I'm keeping this Charlotte Tilbury dupe from MCO Beauty. So we're not decluttering much in this round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 products, but there was less of this category to begin with. Okay, last category from that drawer. Man, that was a jam-packed drawer. These are my liquid highlights, which I'm typically not that much of a fan of, just in general, the product. But, you know, I still want to have some variety. I have these Catrice All Over Glow tints, which I'll keep one, but I don't need all three. So I think I'm just going to get rid of the lightest and the pink, and I'll keep, no, I want Beaming Diamond, and I'll get rid of the other two shades. Don't love this, but for video's sake, I'm keeping it. This Palladio, a little too deep. We'll declutter that. I'm going to declutter this one. This one is from Profusion, and it's very, very good. A bit sticky. I liked it, but I won't use it. This is my one and only Colourpop stick, so I'll keep it. I actually quite like this one from Flower Beauty. It's very, very good. I didn't love this, but again, no, I'm decluttering. No, just in case, just in case. Let's see, keeping this from Physicians, keeping all of my MCO. I'm getting rid of the Milani liquid highlighter in Stardust. I actually have some friends coming over next week. I think this would work on one of them. Keeping the e.l.f. highlighters, and these I quite like. I just got some fresh ones in PR, that's why they're not opened. These are the Bright Light highlighters from Revolution. Really, really good quality. So, Beam Pink and Divine Dark Pink. This shade I haven't tried, the dark pink. I'm gonna try it to see if I like it. But getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 liquid highlighters. I have completely lost count of how much we have decluttered altogether, but it's really adding up. Even if it's like 4 to 5 per category, there's a lot of categories. Okay, let's try a little bit of organization. So organization-wise, I'm thinking the cream and liquid blushes, since this category is so much larger, it's going to go back in the tower in my closet. But I think I can fit all of the cream highlights and bronzers. I obviously need to buy some more organizers, and that's fine. We'll do what we can with that. So how do I want to do this? Okay, you ready? There we go. Cream highlights are back here, and then I'm gonna kind of snuggle these guys in right here. Organizers will be purchased, don't you worry, eventually. Okay, and then here is where my very disorganized this cap always falls off, and I've had this happen with multiple Wet n Wild things, you know. I should declutter it just for that reason. I'm not going to, but we'll have the big guys be a little bit of a partition here. I don't know if I'll do a reorganization video with you guys as a video, but I don't know, I might do this on like TikTok Live or something. I don't know, they might abuse me in the comments. Maybe I don't want to do that. Organizing is something I can't do in a video because I need to sit and think and move things around. But awesome, I'm happy that these all fit. We'll get organizers to make it not so cluttered looking. And with the blushes, I just don't think I can get them all to fit. There's just too many. I'm like trying to make it work, but I have that whole drawer. I just like that this would be, screw it, I'm gonna try it. I just need to buy something to keep the stuff back there. So I'm putting like the sticks and the Charlotte Tilbury squishies. All of the squishies we're gonna clutter up in here. Only because this makes sense in terms of organization. And let me get the containers from that drawer. Yeah. Okay. Yes! Okay. And then I can put these in here probably. It's gonna be tight, you guys. But we're gonna do it the Milani stuff. Okay, this is 1,000 times more cluttered than I would like it to be, but this makes my life easier to have my cream, all of my affordable blushes in this drawer and all of my affordable cream highlights and cream bronzers and powder. All of it just makes sense for me, but in like a month, this drawer is gonna be awful. So I gotta figure that out. But what I decided to do, since I have a Colourpop blush drawer already in the other tower, I'm just gonna move these cuties over there. Okay, so now that my nightmare of a drawer is decluttered, it is now time we can start going through these drawers, which this is like a palette drawer. I gotta move these. Ay, ay, ay. I cannot wait till I get my closet redone here. So I have a lot of face palettes in here. Let's see. I have this is from Sydney Grace. It's super beautiful. Keeping that. How gorgeous is this from Jaclyn Cosmetics, even though the brand is no longer available. I love a blush palette. I don't know that I want to declutter any of these. Physicians Formula palettes. I love these. This is super old, so I'm gonna declutter this, but just know it about kills me. This is an old like relic of the most popular Jouer blushes, but super old, so I'm gonna declutter that. Corderosa from Sigma. Just love a blush palette. I am going to declutter the Belgian Waffle from BH Cosmetics, which is amazing, but it's so old. Marlia Scott Cosmetics. How cool is this highlight palette? Just not my style, not my colors, so I'm going to declutter that. Let's see, I have this Milani powder blush palette that I'm going to declutter. I don't use it. Keeping this, oh, sorry, I'm like all in the way. Ugh. I love this palette from Physicians Formula. I love their powder products. Smelling everything, making sure we're good, because e.l.f. has these quads which are super affordable and they're so nice and easy to use. I want to keep them if they're good. This is such a good little palette from Catrice. It has all of these lovely summer cheek colors. I definitely want to keep that. Then I have this Fenty bronzer palette, and I would declutter it, but I actually just decluttered my Fenty bronzer, my powder bronzer, and it's actually in here. So I'm going to hold on to this. And these came out this year from Smashbox. They are so good. I have some Sydney Grace blushes that I'm not going... Are these Sydney Grace? Yes. But, like, I would declutter these, but I want to keep the palettes, and I can't just throw these away. I don't know. I'll just keep them, whatever. Can stay there. Alamar Cosmetics. This is really beautiful. I have this Ofra Mini Mix palette, which has a lot of different blushes, but I'm keeping so many other blush palettes. I just don't use Ofra like that. Ooh, this is old, but I don't care. This is the Whaley palette with Physicians Formula. Beautiful colors. Like, I can see this one must be ready to fall out. Gotta keep that upright. I don't care. I probably need to buy another one of this, but looks good still. This is one of the best quads. It's cream palette from e.l.f. Super underrated. What have I not talked about? These guys hiding in the back. So you know Jaclyn Cosmetics is no longer around, and these are super chunky. I think I can go ahead and get rid of these because they're not good for travel. They're beautiful, beautiful products. And I'm going to give these to somebody who can use them, but I don't want them taking up any more space. But this is the Jaclyn Cosmetics palette I am going to keep. She does a good highlighter. This palette is really beautiful. I'm keeping this for my pure enjoyment. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, pretty good. I'm decluttering 7 palettes from this drawer. Not bad. Oh, I don't think I'm decluttering anything from this drawer. This is mostly my Hourglass palettes. Here towards the back, I'm going to move these up. I don't think I can get rid of these either. I don't even think he sells these anymore, but I don't care. These are fun from Scott Barnes. These were a moment in the YouTube days, the YouTube industry. Look at this. if they look barely touched, I mean, I definitely did not do these justice. I think these were probably overpriced for the packaging and whatnot, but anyways. These are fun. I forgot those were back there. They're here. Maybe I'll look at them more. All of my beautiful Hourglass palettes, which are my favorite ever. Just gonna organize these. Not a one will be decluttered. No, no, no. Even this old one, which, oh, how gorgeous is this packaging. The marbling, everything about this. Love, love, love. I even have, you know, what is this called? Ambient lighting palette. I have a strobe palette. This is good. They don't make them like these anymore, these special highlights. This was in the days that really glowy highlighters were popular. Yes. Listen, don't rob me, but if you're looking for gold, it's in this drawer. Okay, we're back down to this drawer, which had all of my Colourpop blushes. Do I need all of these? No. I remember last declutter, I opened this drawer and I closed it and I said, I'm not looking at these. And I grab for these all the time. But first, we're going to take an easier approach, a lighter approach. I have all of these blushes in this packaging. Now, these are She Glam. I don't use She Glam on my channel. My friends are coming over next week. They are going to love these. I have Profusion. The Profusion I'm going to keep. But She Glam, I'm going to give the love to my friends since I won't use these. But this right here is going to free up a whole thing of space. Just throwing these on the floor. They aren't going anywhere special. Okay, and then that leaves me with these Profusion, which, to be honest, are not going to fit in that new blush drawer. This is the next drawer problem. All of this is the stuff that didn't fit. But, you know, these Colourpop blushes I'm going to move up here. But first, I just want to take a look at everything. I like to dig in this drawer, too, if I'm doing somebody's makeup and they're not my complexion. I have all of the options here from Colourpop. But let me take a peek, just a little look at the limited edition ones. I have a thing for the Colourpop limited edition blushes, to be exact. And then this is packed. So let's look at these palettes from Colourpop. Whoa. Empty. I needed one of these. I was looking for these. Amazing. I like how these fit perfectly back here too. Changing up the angle here. Sorry, it's day 3. I had to stop because my camera died and it was dark outside, so I had no light in this room. Anyways, empty palette. That's where we left off. Oh, bye, empty palette. Okay, awesome. I thought there were shades in here, but I think I decluttered them last time. And that's what I wanted. I was looking for these a couple months ago. I forgot I shoved them back here, but they fit so perfectly to keep my blush collection here. And like I said, I think it's fun to have these for when I need a specific shade. If I were to work on somebody, and I just love having the collection. I have the space, I'm leaving it. But I do want to go over the limited edition blushes because maybe I might not need them. Let's see. Love that. This this Mulan collection was such a big deal when it launched. I feel like you're staring at my belly. No, I'm not pregnant. It's just sticking out. Anyways. Don't lick. Really warm and pretty. So definitely keeping those. Mulan is close to my heart. These are actually cream blushes. Let me make sure. They're all good. Yeah, they are. Okay, amazing. And then, this is a walk through memory lane if you were a fan of Colourpop in its heyday. Because I did stop collecting these because it got to be ridiculous. But I also have these from the Powerpuff Girl collection. I need to use these. I never think to use these on days that I'm putting my makeup on off camera. I love doing this video because this is my reminder. Now, I thought that these blushes were absolutely beautiful, but I'm actually going to declutter these because these have no nostalgia to me. I'm keeping the ones with nostalgia, not keeping the ones without nostalgia, because it's not like I'm short for color. Okay, what other collection? Sailor Moon. There's something about the blushes that I'm super attracted to, you know? Like, well, that's a highlight. I don't really like these highlights. So I'm actually going to, screw it, I'm keeping it. I don't care. It's cute. This drawer is not meant to be decluttered, okay? I'm having fun with it. Remember this? Everybody died over these blushes. How cute. You know what limited edition collection from Colourpop I missed out on that I deeply regret? Is the Twilight collection. That was just, is that still available? No, I can't buy it, but look at that. Okay. What other collections do I have? Hello Kitty and Friends. I'm a big Hello Kitty girl. Like, look at that. I remember I got this in the mail when it was a snow day. So I was so excited because I was a teacher back then and I had the day off work because of snow. And I utilized that day off to film with this collection. Okay, I'll stop boring you, but some other fun ones. I have these from a different Hello Kitty collection. I have these Pokemon ones, which these ones are fairly new. Now, I kept this one, not these, because it's a Super Shock highlighter, but I am going to declutter it because it holds no nostalgia. And then I have these from the Beauty and the Beast collection. They get me with the limited editions. They really do. Now, there is very, very good news because remember how I didn't have a home for these blushes? They were in the way. Now, I do. I need to get another container for these, but for now, they'll stabilize these. So this drawer, we actually did declutter. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, which is more than I thought. So, yay. Okay, here I have Profusion liquid brushes. I just don't think these are gonna fit in the other drawer, but I'm gonna check. I'm gonna try and force it. I'll return back with notes. Great news, I actually was able to get them to fit. I just pushed my drawers back. Those Profusion blushes are really good. Now these had nowhere to go in the beginning. Obviously we have ample space now because this drawer down here is my drugstore lipstick drawer. So, and I love how this is organized. I'm just gonna smell all of these. I have plenty of room to grow as well, so I'm not too worried about decluttering this drawer. This, I'm just going to put these in here. I don't know what else to do with this drawer. I think it gets to sit pretty with my thin lipsticks. So I'm going to quickly go through, smell these, and see if there's anything that I want to get rid of. So just a little tour here. I have Makeup Revolution back here. CoverGirl, Milani. I tried to organize by brand, but of course, you know, as things come into the collection, it gets all mixed up. Morphe lipsticks, which I need to grab my phone. If they don't sell these anymore, I'm unfortunately gonna declutter these because it just doesn't make sense for me to have them. e.l.f. Flower Beauty is my favorite. These e.l.f.s are also very good. I just looked it up. I'm sad, but these Morphe lipsticks are no longer sold, so it doesn't make sense for me to hold on to them. However, the good news is they are not crayon-y smelling, so at least my friends can pick these up, and they're very, very good, even though they're Morphe. It doesn't matter. Let the sniff test begin. Let me make sure. I don't think I have any repeats, but crazier things have happened. Okay, bye. Let's get into this. She was pretty fresh and new. I'm only getting rid of 8 lipsticks, and only 3 of them were stank. Stanky stank. Okay guys, big news for today's declutter. This is the last drawer and it's chaotic. What I keep in here is K-beauty items, and I pull from this drawer frequently, but there's also a lot of stuff that I don't pull for. So let's just take a look, see what we have, what brands we have. K-beauty, as you know, is growing in the beauty industry. So I think that this is going to continue to grow. I like having a lot of different options. So let's just, I don't even know where to start with this, because the point is these are all products that I'm kind of unfamiliar with. So I like having them. I'm coming closer. So these are all new from DECLUTTER. I'm gonna keep these. Just gonna throw them over to the side while I work my way through. This from Clio. Clio has such pretty eyeshadow palettes. Like, look at that. Let's grab my palettes. I have this one from Etude. I don't think I'm gonna be doing too much decluttering since my K-beauty collection is brand new, essentially. This Snap and Cheese. Love it. And you know, I used to be a little skeptical if this makeup was actually sold in Asia. I don't know why, but then I went to Asia this summer. These, just in case you were skeptical like me, these are actually sold in like the drugstores of Asia. Seriously. And the displays are cute. Check out, I did a short of shopping in Singapore, in drugstore Singapore. These were actually there. These were also in Don Quixote in Japan. So these are Asian brands and they're sold in Asia. So I like to hold on to these. I'm just getting rid of the packaging because I can't even see the product. Oh! Why did I not know this one was so pretty? Okay. Clearly I use these a lot, huh? So let's get a little bit of organization here. I do have these lashes, which I'm actually going to pop. This drawer is freshly organized, and I'm about to throw this in. Okay, I bought that in LA, in K-Town. Oh, another one. What other fun things do I have here? A lot of these are so the wrong color. Clio Glow Cushion, Unleashia. This one is nice, but it's quite light on me, as things tend to be with K-beauty. What do I have here? Ooh. These are good too from Unleashia. Nobody does glitter shadow quite like K-beauty or Asian beauty doesn't. Asian beauty doesn't necessarily need to be Korean. I don't know what I want to do right now. Love this from Etude. It's like the perfect contour. Ooh! Why did I forget I have these? I don't grab for these like as much as my regular makeup. So I truly just forget that I have this stuff sometimes. From Unleashia. Okay, I'm putting on K-beauty after this. I have, these are really great, but I need to smell them. Still good. These are from Hera, which I got so excited because I saw them in an expensive Japanese department store. And I was like, I know that brand. I have this brand. I have a lot of Peri Para in here, which has become quite popular and accessible in the US. I think palettes will get taken out, actually. That way I can put, like, pencils and such. What I need to do, since I don't use this stuff regularly, I truly cannot tell you what's good and what's not accurately. So I'm gonna just do, like, K-beauty few days and feel all of these products out. These might be better than Benetint, honestly. Is this still good? Sorry, this was like the most underwhelming drawer of declutter because I need to use all of this before I can really decide what's worth keeping or not, because to be honest, I haven't like decluttered almost any K-beauty because my collection is so small and it's something that I wanted to build up. Oh, so good. So for me, it's not even about if I use it or not, it's just about having it for reference. But anyways, I have some K-Beauty makeup I'm going to be wearing, I suppose. Oops. Oh, when you declutter something, don't you just feel so light? I've officially decluttered my main, unit that you guys see in all my videos, and then all of my more affordable units as well. So I feel so much lighter, and wait till you see how much I decluttered. I'm gonna show you in a second. You'll be like, yeah, girl, you are lighter. Let me show you. Are you ready? Are you ready? Ignore the mess, ignore the mess. Bam! Ignore that box too. So this though is an accumulation of my main unit from the first part of the declutter and this part. Jose, show the before and after. But now she's grown in height, not so much width, but there's, if you stick your hand down, you'll go down a few inches. I mean, this is insane. As far as what I'm doing with this, for the stuff that's old and expired and unusable, obviously I'm going to declutter that. If there's anything that I haven't used or touched, that can go in my giveaway bins. And then everything else that's used but still good is going to go in a box and sit for people who visit me to dig through as they please. And I know I have a lot of good stuff. So I hope you guys have been enjoying my annual declutter series. Now the 2 hardest parts are done, but we are not done yet. Keep your eyes peeled because I need to go through all of my eyeshadow palettes, and I need to do that stat because in the new year I think these guys are going to go, and I'm just gonna have a shelving system in this closet. So I definitely want to make sure I go through all of these. So anyways, how cute is this? I bought this at Home Goods for my Valentine's Day display. I try not to buy too many decorations, but it's hard not to. Anyways, I hope you guys had some fun hanging out with me. I know some of you guys really enjoy the long videos and having them on in the background. I know that I do. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. This sure was a journey. Sure was, and we're not even done yet. So make sure you subscribe to my channel for more. Make sure you check out part 1 if you have not yet already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one.
It's delicious.